a great big hey all my goofy goobers out there. Welcome back to Animanic Commentaries with C.Auzi+D.Fanatic.
And D.Fanatic.
Oh, tonight we're going to be watching All Dogs Go to Heaven from Don Bluth, released in 1989, same year as The Little Mermaid. Unfortunately for it. Because anyone who knows the story would know that The Little Mermaid basically kicked after a string of film successes that were moderate for Disney, but definitely did a lot better for Bluth. Between between American Tail, Land Before Time, and the
Secret of NIMH.
And Disney was out with Black Cauldron, Great Mouse Detective, and Oliver and Company. Not necessarily in that order, but the point being that Disney had movies up against Bluth's. Bluth's did significantly better. Disney did see moderate success after the Black Cauldron, but it was really The Little Mermaid that pushed them over the edge. And the same year and weekend happened to be All Dogs Go to Heaven, to its very, very unfortunate fate. But it's a film that we both know fairly well, right?
Oh God, I can't believe I watched it as a kid. Now that I watch it as an adult, I'm like, how did my parents let me watch this? It's insane, insanely mature.
Also, twisted.
and very sad when you know the history behind it.
Yes.
Yes. Rest in peace, Judith Varsi. Little girl taken way too soon.
God rest her soul.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and because of that, I think, okay, well, obviously it was a tragedy, but because there was just so much emotion put into it, I think, to me, it's arguably one of Don Bluth's best films.
Yeah, I definitely say
if not the best, one of the best.
Yeah, I definitely say there's because Don Bluth has such a small film category, I'd say there's definitely a top 5 that most people have for Bluth films. And I think this definitely clears as in people's top 5s pretty easy. Yes. Even top 3 yes. Most likely.
Yes, people in the chat, make sure you got your Kleenex. Do you have your Kleenex?
I've got some tissue I can use.
Good. You'll need.
All right.
Movie never fails to make me cry.
And considering that I've probably cried more times watching films for these commentaries than I have just on my own, it's it's gonna be something. It's really gonna be something. So, without any further ado, I just realized I didn't put any information in the upper right corner. But that's okay, because that's one of my safety measures. I'm not putting any information in the upper right corner. If you don't have the movie, you're shit out of luck. So everybody get set to synchronize, because we're going to start the movie very, very soon. Wait. Let's all synchronize up. Let's all synchronize up. Let's all synchronize up, because it's movie time. There we go. All right. As long as y'all ready, we're gonna go ahead and start her up. Roll picture in 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, we're also watching this when pretty much the majority of the main cast have passed away by now, and so
damn,
they're all in heaven.
But you can't keep a good dog down.
I need to turn this up. Okay, so apparently, Dom DeLuise and Burt Reynolds did a lot of recording together. Yeah, and a lot of improvisation. And I remember reading that Don Bluth was so worried because their improv was so good that he thought, well, they're going to make the movie, not my script. But then Burt Reynolds, sat Don Bluth down and said, the script is brilliant, okay? So, so yeah. Rest in peace, Burt Reynolds and Dom DeLuise. What the hell?
Yeah.
So like this whole thing was improvised. Of course, little kid me didn't understand the scene at all.
Just literally trying to bust out.
And I love how they color it so you can't even tell.
It was really great about that is that dogs are red-green colorblind. They can't see those colors at all.
Yeah, but also the way they painted it.
It's like it's green, but it also kind of looks rusted over, so you can't actually tell.
Yeah. And we're down in New Orleans.
Yeah, we're back in New Orleans with an animated musical, no doubt. So I will be talking about this in musical structure as well. Oh. It's something I think there is something that you do notice about Don Bluth films after Dragon's Lair, the arcade console, is that he definitely tends to do a lot more just weird like quick cut shots of like just quick action and movements.
Yeah,
with
you're
flashing
right.
lights in some capacity or other. The hail falls. Oh man, but that's great.
Man,
He scratched out Charlie's name on the sign.
Even there.
And on every
Gators
sign,
stay
goddamn. No,
I
gators
just realized
allowed.
gators stay out. Oh, there was foreshadowing to the gators.
It's the rat race.
Okay, I do not envy whoever had his lip sync for that character.
I think you could just kind of fudge it with that sort of thing. Yeah. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Zitch is a better role for Don
movie
DeLuise
got a
than
G
Jeremy
rating,
or
right?
Hero. What?
This movie got a G rating, right?
Yeah, pretty much any animated film from this era got a G rating. Hunchback got a G rating, darling.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing how much they got away with.
Woo! There he goes.
Because they did.
Yeah. Woof. And I really mean that. Huh.
The one guy who won.
Huh. Woof.
And of course, I didn't understand the whole gambling thing either.
Back at it again. And this is our first number coming up here in the show.
Yeah, that guy, I think he sounds a lot like Jimmy Stewart, but he's not Jimmy Stewart.
Oof. And here it goes. And now the joint's really jumping.
Hey, Jethro was mentioned in Arthur, so
Yeah.
it went over my head.
Also gotta give it up to Burt Reynolds is not a bad singer. Again, this was before the technology for pitch correction existed, so he really is just going for it. So far not bad, and now it's bad. Now that's bad. Yaks. Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, that did not age well.
Woof. But here we go. I love how you can see where the mat is. Just like you see the black line on one side of him.
I swear I couldn't tell that on the VHS version. Oh Lord. That lyric.
Again, we're really in your proper musical fashion. We're establishing.
Like look, put a couple of F-bombs in there, and this would be a Has-Been Hotel number.
It probably would. It could be.
Yeah.
But like, I think it does properly establish like Charlie is he loves the high life, and you can't keep him down no matter how hard you try.
Like, yeah, he's definitely and that's what makes you like him. Like you see at the beginning, yeah, he's a criminal. He's also he also is very, very friendly to his fellow dogs.
It makes you wonder why he was even in the pound in the first place.
Probably because he was robbed. He was stealing stuff. I mean, remember, the humans own the pound.
True.
And this guy's been in a whole lot of Don Bluth movies. Almost as much as Dom DeLuise.
Yep. And the little nerd here with the big glasses, little weasel is
that's who I'm talking about. Yeah.
Charles Nelson Riley's been in a ton of Don Bluth movies.
Yes.
Huh.
He was in Troll in Central Park, Rock-a-Doodle, and yet all his characters somehow look the same.
All his characters kind of look like him, actually, if you look at a picture of him.
Carface and Killer also recorded lines together. Yes. I love it when they do that. Like, the dialogue just feels a whole lot more natural.
Yeah.
Man, it's really good how they're switching the volume.
Yeah. It's a nice little back and forth they have. Yeah. Just... Ugh. Then he just rips it off. I love the escalation of that.
This subtle things. Foreshadowing.
Yep.
He's a real stand-up bro.
Yep. Mm-hmm. uh, I absolutely love how, with this and then with Carface's whole plot right here, it's heavily implied that if Charlie was framed, Carface was definitely involved somehow.
I mean, didn't pretty much said like, look, he got out. Like, I thought I got rid of him.
Mm-hmm. It was like,
And of
I know
course,
you wanted me to get rid of Charlie. It's
anytime there's a movie set in New Orleans, it's always Mardi Gras.
kind of a. I mean, I'd say for animated films, it'd be the reason why you do it. You know, it's very colorful. You know, very musical. It's very suited to animation. Then I love that they're in this little fucking scraggly looking scorpion float. Now keep an eye out for a little animation error, and it is not on purpose. The ribbon does turn blue, but that'll come back very, very shortly. Not exactly. And
Should not get drunk right before you're going to off someone.
Yeah. The ketchup. I can't stand the sight of tomato paste.
Little me didn't understand that he was drunk.
Yeah. I think this is
like
where
in most
we're gonna...
anime movies, I didn't understand when they were drunk.
Yeah, they just... Yeah, little error. They did color the strap on the watch blue. That is not correct. And it's back to being red. Hello, Cole Roberts. If you have a copy of All Dogs Go to Heaven, then you can follow along with the rest of us. Imagine having to complain to your kids about getting drunk. I mean, between this and the Gray Mouse Detective, right?
But parents have explained that, like, they had... I think they said they had too much wine, and I think that was enough.
I mean, it is true.
Looking a lot like Cruella de Vil's car.
I do wonder what that originally looked like without the strange cut there. It doesn't feel too bad.
Well, they were going to have his body there, but they had to cut it out or the rating would have changed.
I think they cut to the part where the car had already made his body vanish from the spot, like he was probably just left on the dock. Oof. Also love how he just crashed into the gate. So it's just cocked over. And here's our second number in the show. Oh, I didn't even notice. Title drop. Take a shot. Yeah, I love that rhyme here.
She sings it so sweetly, too. Yeah.
Man.
And look, Bert R. Barkin is his dad.
Nice.
Named after Burt Reynolds, of course.
I love how basically almost none of those lyrics rhymed just to portray how completely frazzled he was.
Yes.
He just is not taking it well at all.
Yeah, because he's spiraling. Apparently he said, like, what, damn Carface, I'll kill him, or something like that. He could still hear it on the soundtrack.
Oof.
Yeah, it was originally going to be a private eye dog film.
And ain't that just wonderful? The watch almost looks identical.
And that last page there is
the car.
The car.
It's so interesting because it's very... Also, there's a little Mickey watch off to the side over there.
As remember, he's...
Yep. He's a bit of a charmer.
He's a con man. Con dog.
Yeah. Also, so interesting. Look at all the names of other dogs on these clocks. One of them is Bert, interestingly enough. It's so... I absolutely love the way he uses the word surprise in this song. She didn't notice because, well, dogs are red-green colorblind, so... Lest we forget. So she didn't notice that the ribbon wasn't blue. Yep.
Singles bars.
Yeah, but... Yeah, you're basically just described a fun night on the town for him.
Right.
I love whenever characters sing something like that because that is purely just grinning to himself or like winking at us. It's just, I love that kind of shit. I think of like Mushnik and Son where it's like, I never liked him much before, but count the cash that's in the drawer. He's just talking to us. It's like, he's not even or hyping himself up. It's like, there's a character who just says something that was just meant for me.
Her scream always stood out to me as a kid, like,
so bad that Discord didn't want to pick it up, but like, or at least it only picked up half of it.
Sorry, Charlie. Okay, damn it! Can I not be dramatic?
I don't know. Discord's not fun with the loud noises, but I think we got it. Thank you, Bella. Text form. But yeah, that scream.
Yeah, don't forget, he still has water in his lungs.
Also has to fucking literally get his ticker ticking.
Yeah, but look, I tell you this way,
and then the
still
color,
has the water
and then
in
the
his
color,
lungs, yeah.
the color returns to his fur and everything.
And apparently he did not have injuries from that.
I won't have any guilt about this later. If there were any injuries, they were internal, and he's kind of being kept going by his
magic.
time.
I'm not gonna question it too much. Look, it's Don's auto records.
His
rabies with all the fools. That's funny. The for sale and then rabies.
Man. I love how they just do that. Animation can get away with that, especially like, you know, when you hand drawn animations. It's like, because in some cases it could just be perceived as an error, and this element.
I feel like a lot of that was improvised too.
I just love that. Oh. Good lord. Simple slip of the tongue. that's a nice one.
Oh my god! Like, again, this is all stuff that I wouldn't have really registered as a kid.
But also, it felt like you said, like they just really ad-libbed. It's like, and he just said that so nonchalantly, like almost as if it's like actually true. I mean, like.
The pet joke is pretty funny, yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I love the way he spread his little paws, his little toes, just like, yes, that's an idea. Oof. What a regular beastie.
Oh my god. I'm amazing.
Of course his hands are cold.
Apparently her outfit was really inspired by Snow White.
Yeah, definitely see that.
It's funny
Once
that,
she
you know,
gets rid of
Bluth-
all the little, once she gets rid of all the rags and make her look like a little beastie.
Yeah,
Yep,
like
there
leaving her
it
dress.
is.
See. Yeah, so it's not see, you know, Bluth. You know, despite breaking off from Disney, showed that he still did pay tribute to at least some of the
Yeah.
older Disney movies. For him, older Disney movies for him.
Yeah.
Oh god.
No.
Also, a lot of her mannerisms in the animation were inspired by Judith Barcy. God, because Don Bluth was just so heartbroken over her death.
It was like she was. It really does help portray her as a real little girl too. It's like just seeing her like body language and everything.
But yeah, get it? Because Snow White, she talked to animals. This one talks to animals.
Huh.
Don't make me cry already. Damn. See, once you learn the story about the actress for this, you never watch it the same way again.
Woof.
For people who don't know the story, Judith Barcy was murdered by her father. Yeah, she was 10 years old before this movie was finished.
Woof.
You know, little me really thought he was genuinely being nice here.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's like like if you didn't know, yeah, it's like it's so interesting to point. It's like immediately he sees her in this sad state. He's not even frowning. He's just got dollar signs in his eyes, and so he's like, "Yep, we'll just take her away from this horrible situation into a better one." He really kind of shows he's not much better than Carface when you really get down to it.
yeah, yes, Ryder. Just remember, not all protagonists are pure of heart. What are you even doing, man?
Oh, he's just pretending to be a real hot shot. Love the actor portraying it like a dog growling. It's just a lot of fun. Actually, Gilbert Gottfried's an excellent comparison. This guy was growling like a dog. Gilbert Gottfried was squawking like a parrot. It's just fun when voice actors will, put, like, when they're playing a talking animal, they'll just put the animal into their performance. It's a lot of fun.
Not even Robin Hood.
Yeah.
God. God.
No.
Charlie.
No. Yeah.
God, she's so cute.
No.
She really is like one of the cutest animated girls ever, you know?
You're so sweet.
Welcome to being a dad. This was your idea, man. You know, Gru would end up dealing with this like 20 or so years later.
I mean, let's be perfectly fair. If there was any movie that was gonna start getting start getting like religious tones from Bluth, it would have to be the one where heaven was in the title. The character dies in the first 15 minutes.
Can't if you find the lost city of Atlantis, just please go to sleep. God, you know we're gonna have to remember that line, honey.
Yeah, good lord.
Yeah. I'll take you to the lost city of Atlantis, and you'll just go to sleep.
Go the fuck to sleep.
Oh, that's a book, by the way. I read it while babysitting. Hey, I'm not a bad babysitter. The parents bought the book. But yeah, you know, even that praying thing, it was a reference to, you remember Snow White's little prayer scene back in...
You're right. You're absolutely right.
And then like,
that.
oh yes, and also this. It is a little interesting that apparently not all animals speak the same language. Dude, you are No, you're just like him, except you're playing nice about it. You're gaslighting her. I love the way her hair bounces.
Yep.
She's just so innocent.
Just so sweet.
I used to think she was saying that his name was also Charlie, because Charlie. Those really weird faces there. Okay, squad. Ah, yes, back when all the humans in Blue's films were rotoscoped, as opposed to weren't pretty much all of them rotoscoped?
Yeah, I think a good, like, even Anastasia had a
Yeah.
lot of rotoscoping in it.
I mean, I'm trying to think of what was the last ones. And I mean, I wish there were more adults like this in the world. You know?
Yeah, genuinely nice people who definitely did. Oh God, this animation. Have you ever heard of the concept of things being over animated?
Yeah.
This is
But this makes
definitely
sense.
that.
Thousand to one.
Oof.
For kids, gambling is not a good idea.
Nope.
I'm sorry. Always remembered that scene.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the voices or just the exaggerated lip movements or what.
All of the above, really. Remember?
It does kind of sound like Archibald of Asparagus. I don't think so because all the VeggieTales, most of VeggieTales characters were voiced by the creators. So now Blueheart thought that was Archibald Asparagus voicing the horse. I don't think so.
No, I think the only thing really, the only thing that sounds similar to Archibald Asparagus is the being stereotypically British. Thank you, squad. The fastest turtle in the race.
Dang.
I mean, you could definitely call that kickboxing. Oof. Ah, man.
I seen it, man. I mean, we seen hints of him being that kind of person before. Like you got to make your customers happy,
Yeah.
and
That's a sweet
here you got to
little.
make your
That's a
investments
sweet
happy.
little outfit.
And yet she continues wearing the rags for the rest of the movie.
Which is really strange.
Maybe they just didn't want to keep animating her in different outfits.
Perhaps not. I love the instrumental in the score is a very triumphant version of "You Can't Keep a Good Dog Down," which is just really nice. I thought you didn't want to put a target on your back, Chuck.
You got the dancing girls. Yeah, he got too crazy.
Oof.
They're laying down the law.
Which, I mean, let's be fair, that's not something that Carface ever did. Carface never really cared about keeping her happy.
This guy get the nickname Killer. Damn. Like, he really just casually going like this one. Jeez.
Okay. Oh God.
I think that's a tribute to Pinocchio. You know the scene I'm talking about.
Yeah. In his case, his ears turn into. He
Evil.
definitely looks a lot more like the devil in this one, though. Like the coachman's hair got a little pointy, but this guy, he kind of went full like.
The Phantom
Snidely
does.
Whiplash.
That's a reference. That's a reference to the Shadow radio show.
Yeah.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The Shadow knows. I just love that. Like, Chingy! Pizza! Also, damn, the way they animated the cheese.
Yeah.
Don't make me hungry. I already had dinner. Jeez.
Man. Oh.
Yeah,
Little ankle
you've
biter.
forgotten the tender. You've lost touch of your tender side.
Huh.
Taking your own advice.
Hmm.
He'll flip his face.
Yeah. This is just... And it's interesting that this actually shows another half of Charlie that we kind of been at least slightly privy to, that he does have some sympathy for the downtrodden.
But
he also
he lost sight of it, yeah.
he did lose sight of it, but there is also still, at the end of the day, it's like what's the final line? It's like, the more you give, the more you're gonna get. It's like, it's still ultimately about
foreshadowing
himself
too.
at the end of the day, isn't it?
It's foreshadowing.
Ooh boy.
Yeah, I'm glad how she's not entirely naive.
Yeah, she's not so dense. She's already been at this. Was like, you're just like Carface, like all the way back at the horse track, and then like once he opened his new place, she's like, well, you're always just out gambling and you're not actually helping the poor, like you said. And now, I mean, if this was 3 strikes you're out, this would be the moment where she's like, she's gonna ditch this dirty dog.
Okay, so this is not Judith Barcy. She did try to record it, but it reminded her so much of her home that she couldn't get through it.
No.
Thank God. Because she was, because, you know, her father was not a good man.
No.
Yeah, she kept on crying, yeah. They had to find a replacement to sing for her. She couldn't get through the song. God, don't make me cry now. Funny how she imagines all the puppies there too.
Yeah. And the border collie, but not Charlie.
She's mad at him right now.
She's really just had enough of his bullshit. The dog's in the bed. No.
You know, Blue seems to like scenes like that, the Stony. It reminds me a lot about
Yeah, I was
Love
gonna
American
say
Tail,
this
huh?
is kind of similar to like
Ooh,
somewhere
reused
out there.
animation. Reused animation.
Yeah.
Remember when she fell asleep in the car?
Ah.
Squad saying, I'm not crying right now, but I'm holding it a lot. Yes. Oh, and here is a very
Tick.
controversial scene
Tuck. Tick. Tuck.
that people still talk about to this day.
Oh yeah.
Kind of reused too, the way he's blasted in there.
Yep. Just the different background art on it. Alright, this is just building. Oh Lord.
Sorry. Yeah, they. Man, all we're missing are. All we're missing is some naked ladies, like in Night of All Night.
Yeah,
He got
again,
sucked into Dragon's
this is
Lair.
very Dragon's Lair with the little monsters coming around and biting him.
You know, I really did not remember this scene as a kid.
And then apparently that voice is the same guy who did the of fish out of water from Chicken Little. That's a great transition right there.
He got all the way up there, damn it. That was some sleep.
Yep.
Little cuties.
Boom, boom.
They gave her.
Uh-huh.
Give props to these two, right?
Yeah, I was like, this is, this clearly doesn't.
Oh God, such good people. And because just to suddenly take on a kid is just a huge responsibility. Yeah, I want waffles. No, I want waffles.
Yeah.
Damn it! Stop, movie. Stop making me hungry. Gaslighting Charlie. Fucking gaslighting dog.
What a fucking rotten jackass.
to flowers, or are you just being dramatic?
Bluth's Bakery.
I know he can't be killed as long as he has a watch chicken.
And once again, we've got Can't Keep a Good Dog Down playing in the score.
You just take the damn. That was a weird transition sweep. The seemingly most random part of the movie.
Whoa. Here's another part of the film that probably didn't age very well either.
Yeah, but it did create the trope big leg gator moment.
Yep.
It's not technically, by definition, a big leg gator moment. Which is in reference to something that happens in the movie that seems like it steers away from the plot and is never referred to again.
Also comes completely out of left field. That's
yes. However, it's not what people call like big leg gator. I mean, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Does feel out of left field, but it's not a completely randomly independent event. Hey, Oogie Boogie, where'd you come from?
I was gonna say that's Ken Page, isn't it?
Yeah, he's still alive. One of the few who is still alive. Nickel for every time Ken Page played a giant green a carnivorous beast. That's saying.
Yeah.
I'd have 2 nickels.
I mean, he's performed off Broadway in Little Shop of Horrors, so 3 nickels.
It is a good number. Let's make me harmony.
I was like, what? Like, where? Like this? The only connection this has is that the gator refuses to eat him because the dog is good at singing. But this is a musical. Everybody sings. So it's like, it really does just come kind of out of the...
It is referred to again later. We'll see.
I mean, the gator
We'll get there.
Yeah, anyway. We'll get there.
For now, I want to enjoy this.
Good lord.
As random as it is, it's damn catchy. Where did that pearl come from? I don't know. Animated movie logic? Musical number logic, actually. Yes, you're right. Most colorful scene in the movie. Make music together. It's like, yeah, yeah, sure, we'll go with this. And also with her getting the cold.
Yeah.
Gators alluded to at the beginning, like no gators. Yeah, you're right. Compared to the rest of the plot, it does feel out of left field.
I
Did
mean,
you ask?
yeah, you did technically ask.
Lord.
Oof.
Yeah, it takes that
Oh,
for
boy.
him to realize he actually cares. And it is good voice acting, Blueheart. You're
Oof.
right. From down to Louise here. Oof.
Youch. Damn.
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 Yeah. It's like
You're really just.
I get it from his perspective.
Oof.
The slow reveal.
Yep. And they had her all like. Oh boy. Oof. Well, the caption said he said, "Where are you going?" He clearly said squeaker. Really weird. Anyway,
No, he did say, "Where are you going?" And no, no lip sync there. There was no lip sync there. Oh, 101 Dalmatians, this shit.
Yeah. And also in this instant to point out what the angel said at the start of the story. Dogs are naturally good and kind and loyal, you know? It's like they're not gonna abandon.
And, you know, he did give to these people who came to his casino, and the more you're gonna get.
Like, he and Carface aren't so different, but the biggest difference is that Carface really, truly only cares for himself, whereas Charlie has the capacity to care about other people.
Stop asking him those questions. This is on you, man.
Good lord.
Oh, full on.
It's like Charlie versus content. The real bad dogs.
Like, what the fudge? You know, I've seen a meme where it says Don Bluth only knows how to draw two kinds of guys. And you're right, he does.
Yeah. Ooh, man. Charlie, I think they've got your number now. You're...
Now, see, it does come back into play.
Yeah. Hello.
That does serve the plot. In a weird way, but it does. Oh, we know he won't.
Oh, boy.
But it did still create the trope, even if it does not fit the trope it's named after.
I mean, let's be perfectly fair. The Big Lipped Alligator itself, even with the no gators allowed sign, really did come completely out of nowhere. Like, yeah. It's like its inclusion in the movie, like, was just boom. I mean, he comes back, but like, good lord, does it not add to anything? Like when it initially starts, good lord.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a big like. You know, it's like whiplash. It's kind of like whoa, how do we get?
It's kind of like Pink Elephants, where it's like, yeah, Timothy Mouse is, like, acknowledges it after the fact, but it just kind of comes the fuck out of nowhere initially.
Yeah, fair. You know what? That's a perfect comparison.
What's the biggest establishment we have for pink elephants? There are elephants in this movie, and there are a bunch of drunk clowns. It's about the only establishment for it.
Ugh. Oh, God, jeez.
What's the establishment for there being a gator? They're in New Orleans, for fuck's sake. Why wouldn't there be a gator? But it's still just completely... But this gator really is like fucking the real hero of the day. Like, good lord.
And oh, we just one frame away from seeing him snapped in there. Jeez.
Which, considering the stuff cut from this movie initially, wouldn't be surprised if they did have that in, or at least
here we
it had
go.
that boarded or something. It's like fuck the watch. Like, obviously, I was like, my life or hers.
The expressions on his face too.
Yeah, because if you ever
Which
did,
is perfect.
yeah, if you ever did one good thing in your rotten little life.
More you give.
Well, I think that internal bleeding is kicked in again.
Wow, damn.
Yeah.
Show, don't tell, huh?
Fuck, man.
Oh, and Killer gets a little redemption.
He really was just a patsy who happened to have a Tommy gun, but you know. There've been a lot of good dogs who've made a lot of bad decisions in this movie.
One. Okay, so I'm gonna say it before we get into the tears. So after Judith Barcy's death, Burt Reynolds asked to re-record his lines for this scene, and he had to stop a lot because he burst into tears. It was okay. God.
He comes back.
And now everyone in this scene actually is up there. If you believe in that stuff, yeah. They're together. Okay, okay. You know, I'm gonna be quiet now.
Oof.
Ugh.
Ah, shit, she's being haunted.
Right, time to go, Charlie.
Oof.
Not on my watch, Buster.
Yeah.
Again, in the terrible sequel. Okay, I'm done now.
No.
Oh, God.
No.
Oh, Lord.
No. 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 Oh. No. Ah. It hurts. Ah. But the animation, God. Oh no. Ah. No. Oh man.
And that's why this is one of his best movies.
Yeah.
God.
There we go. Get some gospel going.
We're not quite done. Yeah, you know, just
Well,
soften,
I mean-
just soften the emotional bomb we just dropped there.
I mean, let's be fair. Charlie was in that situation. I think he really does get this on. I think he does have somewhat of an understanding that at the end of the day, like, as rotten as you've been, you can always choose to be better. He did.
Yeah, I didn't know that Carface though.
Even if Anne-Marie's like note of like, you're just like Mr. Carface, you promised that you'd find me a family, but you haven't done anything of the sort. It's like, yeah, you know. And at the end of the day, the clouds give way to flowers. It's kind of like Johnny Appleseed's apple blossom trees. That's really cool. I love that. That's really nice. Also, anyone who ever catches the casting director credit, everyone give a round of applause for the casting director, because the cast was absolutely stellar. Honestly, just great.
Yeah, you're right. Anne-Marie represents the innocence and purity. And you know, we make a lot fun of a lot of just totally sweet and innocent characters these days.
Yeah.
But this is one of those instances where it's done right.
In fact, I'll even give credit to the singer who had to take over for Judith, you know, because while they may not have gotten a perfect sound alike, or even like it was the, you know, even the scenario that anyone necessarily wanted, it was what needed to happen. And you know what? More props. Lana Beeson, good job. But one thing I will say is that, like a lot of Don Bluth's work, it is very over-animated. Like, there's a lot of movement that happens that is unnecessary. To such a degree that even, like, it gives Disney a run for its money, which is probably why the Disney movies were looking, you know, because, like, I guess when people went to see animated movies and they saw, like, just how exaggerated and much more animated Bluth's films were than Disney's, it's like that was also a fun selling point for them. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still good. Like, I mean, Don Bluth was an animator who learned at the Disney studios, you know? So just
when I had heard that, you know, a couple years ago when Burt Reynolds passed away, I'm like, he's up there with Judith Burse, you know, and Dom DeLuise, and Okay, and like, even like the voices of Carface and Killer, like I know they passed away.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
You can't
Like
keep...
90% of the cast is dead.
Legitimately, you can't keep a good dog down.
Yeah, I know. Like, this is one of those movies that, like, maybe you've watched as a kid but didn't really understand half of what was going on, but then you watch it as an adult and you're like, oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
Tearing at my heartstrings here.
The main character...
I don't think I cried at movies when I was a kid, you know?
Yeah, the main character is like a compulsive gambler. You have a gambling problem.
Yeah, you know, if they had been allowed to give this a PG rating, probably would have.
They probably would have gone.
Attracted
They probably would have gone harder.
audience.
They probably wouldn't have had to edit out the darker shit. We would have seen a dog's corpse fly off into the bay. God, as if this movie wasn't already fucked up enough.
Sequel was toned down. The sequel did a lot of things I'm not happy with, and not even downgrading and Carface, because you know what? If you could be the evilest man in the world, but if you're faced up against like the literal devil, you're gonna look like a patsy.
I don't know. I mean, that's kind. I mean, I imagine. I mean, just from what it sounds like, that sounds like that's part of the problem. It's like the thing is, you're supposed to, if you're putting the literal devil in a thing, and then you have a bad guy, it's like you kind of want to do the comparative, and who do you want to make look worse? So if the devil, so it's like you either keep the character, the bad guy, and make it and keep him as bad as he was, and then make the devil cower at him, or you or you turn the villain into a patsy and then make the devil look better by comparison, or you keep the character as terrible as he was, but then the devil is not even phased, which shows like, God, if this is how bad this guy is, how much worse is the devil that we've been even portraying thus far. And you know what? All in all, I mean, it's animated, so a Don Bluth film. Indeed. And as pretty much everything Don Bluth does is animated, we'll definitely have more of these on our streams in the future. I'll say that much.
Oh God, yeah. You know, once I remember how to smile again.
God. Yeah, no kidding. Oh my God. Well,
damn.
That was All Dogs Go to Heaven. My God, that is it's a sweet little picture. It's sweet. It's simple. And as for
it's a fucking masterpiece, man.
It is a very fun, it's very delightful. Next week we're gonna cover a collection of Halloween short films. So everybody go ahead and locate yourselves your DVDs or even your subscription to Disney Plus. Next week we are going to watch Lonesome Ghosts and Mickey's Scariest Halloween Story Ever. So, thank y'all so much.
All news to me, as usual.
Thank you all so much for joining us on this journey of cosmic proportions, I suppose. And if you're hearing this after the fact, thanks for watching. And until next time, remember to take care, stay safe, and be kind in all that you do. Good night, everybody! Woo!